The Marshals, Episode 2 trailer wastes no time pulling viewers straight back into a world where danger hides behind every decision and loyalty is constantly tested. After the explosive setup of the first episode, the story now shifts toward a deeper and far more personal conflict, focusing heavily on the uneasy partnership between Cal and Case. From the very beginning of the trailer, it becomes clear that both men are carrying heavy burdens from their past. And those burdens are about to collide in ways neither of them expected. Cal appears more determined than ever, driven by a mission that feels bigger than just another case. His instincts tell him that the situation unfolding around them is not random. Something larger is happening behind the scenes, and every step they take only reveals more pieces of a dangerous puzzle. At the same time, Case is dealing with his own internal battle. His past experiences have taught him that trusting the wrong person can cost everything, and that makes his new connection with Cal both powerful and complicated. The trailer hints that Case may know more about the growing threat than he is willing to admit. His quiet intensity suggests a man who has seen too much and survived even more, but now he finds himself pulled into a situation that could test every limit he has. The dynamic between Cal and Case instantly becomes one of the most fascinating parts of the story. They are both strong, both capable, and both used to working alone, yet the challenges ahead may force them to depend on each other in ways they never planned. As the trailer unfolds, the atmosphere grows darker and more suspenseful. There are strong hints that a powerful criminal network is moving in the shadows, manipulating events while law enforcement struggles to stay one step ahead. Cal begins to realize that the enemies they are chasing are smarter and more organized than anyone originally believed. Each clue they uncover seems to open the door to an even been quietly developing for years. What makes this episode feel especially intense is the emotional weight behind every decision. Cal's determination shows a man who refuses to back down even when the odds are stacked against him. Case, on the other hand, seems to be constantly calculating every move, trying to stay one step ahead of enemies who may already be watching them. Their different approaches create a powerful contrast, but they also reveal why these two characters might be the only ones capable of stopping what's coming. The trailer suggests that as the investigation moves forward, the lines between allies and enemies will become harder to see. Another intriguing element teased in the trailer is the idea that someone close to the investigation might not be who they appear to be. Small hints suggest betrayal could be lurking somewhere within the system itself. This possibility adds another layer of suspense, because if Cal and Case cannot trust the people around them, then the danger becomes even greater. Every move they make could be watched, and every step toward the truth might bring them closer to a trap. It creates the feeling that the story is building towards something explosive, something that could completely change the direction of the series. By the end of the trailer, the tension surrounding Cal and Case feels almost unbearable. The partnership between them is still new and fragile, yet the situation they are facing may leave them with no choice but to rely on each other. Both men know that the path they are walking is filled with risk, but turning back is no longer an option. Whatever threat is rising in the shadows, it is growing stronger with every passing moment. And if Cal and Case cannot figure out the truth in time, the consequences could reach far beyond just one investigation. The trailer leaves fans with a powerful sense that Marshals Episode 2 will dive deeper into the world of loyalty, danger, and hidden enemies. The stakes fade. As the tension continues to rise, in Marshals Episode 2, the trailer begins to reveal that the partnership between Cal and Case is about to face its first real test. What initially seemed like a simple mission slowly starts transforming into something far more dangerous and unpredictable. Both men are beginning to realize that the situation surrounding them is not just about chasing criminals or solving a single case. Instead, they are stepping into a much deeper conflict, one that has been quietly growing for a long time. And the more they investigate, the clearer it becomes that powerful forces are working behind the scenes to keep the truth hidden. Cal's determination becomes even stronger as he starts connecting the pieces of the mystery. His instincts tell him that someone with influence and resources is controlling the chaos from the shadows. This realization pushes him to dig deeper, even when it becomes clear that doing so could put his career and his life at serious risk. Cal is not the type of person who backs away from danger, but this time the stakes feel much higher than anything he has faced before. The trailer hints that every new discovery only leads to more questions, creating a situation where the truth feels both closer and more dangerous at the same time. Case, meanwhile, seems to understand the gravity of the situation faster than anyone else. There is a quiet tension in the way he approaches every new development, almost as if he has seen something like this before. His experience has taught him that powerful enemies rarely reveal themselves directly. Instead, they manipulate events from a distance, letting others take the risks while they remain hidden. This knowledge makes Case extremely cautious, and at times it even creates friction between him and Cal. While Cal wants to push forward aggressively, Case often believes that patience and strategy may be the only way to survive what lies ahead. As the tension continues to rise, in Marshals Episode 2, the trailer begins to reveal that the partnership between Cal and Case is about to face its first real test. What initially seemed like a simple mission slowly starts transforming into something far more dangerous and unpredictable. Both men are beginning to realize that the situation surrounding them is not just about chasing criminals or solving a single case. Instead, they are stepping into a much deeper conflict, one that has been quietly growing for a long time. And the more they investigate, the clearer it becomes that powerful forces are working behind the scenes to keep the truth hidden. Cal's determination becomes even stronger as he starts connecting the pieces of the mystery. His instincts tell him that someone with influence and resources is controlling the chaos from the shadows. This realization pushes him to dig deeper, even when it becomes clear that doing so could put his career and his life at serious risk. Cal is not the type of person who backs away from danger, but this time the stakes feel much higher than anything he has faced before. The trailer hints that every new discovery only leads to more questions, creating a situation where the truth feels both closer and more dangerous at the same time. Case, meanwhile, seems to understand the gravity of the situation faster than anyone else. There is a quiet tension in the way he approaches every new development, almost as if he has seen something like this before. His experience has taught him that powerful enemies rarely reveal themselves directly. Instead, they manipulate events from a distance, letting others take the risks while they remain hidden. This knowledge makes Case extremely cautious, and at times it even creates friction between him and Cal. While Cal wants to push forward aggressively, Case often believes that patience and strategy may be the only way to survive what lies ahead, larger operation. This possibility makes the mission even more dangerous because dismantling such a network requires more than just courage. It requires strategy, patience, and an ability to see patterns that others might miss. Cal and Case are beginning to understand that if they truly want to stop what is happening, they must be prepared to challenge people who hold enormous power. As the trailer moves toward its final moments, the suspense becomes almost overwhelming. The partnership between Cal and Case is slowly evolving into something stronger, but it is still fragile enough that one mistake could destroy it. At the same time, the threat they are facing continues to grow more complex with every new discovery. The feeling that something massive is about to unfold hangs over every moment, creating an atmosphere filled with tension and uncertainty. By the end of this part of the trailer, one thing becomes very clear: the path ahead for Cal and Case is going to be far more dangerous than either of them expected. The closer they get to the truth, the more enemies they may create. And if the powerful forces hiding in the shadows decide that these two lawmen have learned too much, then stopping them may become the next priority. The question now is, as the Marshals Episode 2 trailer reaches its most intense moments, the story begins to hint that the investigation led by Cal and Case is approaching a turning point that could change everything. What once seemed like scattered clues and isolated crimes is now starting to form a disturbing pattern. The deeper they go, the more they realize that the danger surrounding them is not only real, but far more powerful than anyone expected. Every new discovery pushes them closer to a truth that certain people are desperate to keep buried. Cal's determination grows even stronger as the situation becomes more complicated. By this stage, he understands that walking away would mean allowing a dangerous system to continue opera. Moments where Case appears to sense danger before it fully reveals itself, almost as if he has learned to recognize patterns that others might overlook. This ability makes him an essential partner for Cal, especially now that the investigation is moving into territory where every mistake could have serious consequences. Case may not always speak openly about what he knows, but his actions show that he understands just how dangerous the situation has become. One of the most powerful themes hinted at in this part of the trailer is trust. The partnership between Cal and Case has slowly evolved from cautious cooperation into something much deeper. Both men have started to realize that surviving what lies ahead will require complete trust in each other. But building that trust is not easy when secrets from the past continue to cast long shadows over their decisions. The trailer suggests that both characters may soon be forced to reveal parts of their past that they have kept hidden, and those revelations could either strengthen their bond or tear it apart. Another intriguing element teased in the trailer is the possibility that the enemy they are chasing may already be preparing a countermove. As Cal and Case get closer to uncovering the truth, the people behind the operation may decide that it is time to act. This creates a chilling sense that the hunters could quickly become the hunted. If powerful individuals realize that these two lawmen are threatening to expose everything, then eliminating the threat might become their top priority. The growing tension surrounding this possibility adds an extra layer of suspense to the entire story. The trailer also hints that the conflict may soon expand beyond just Cal and Case. The ripple effects of their investigation could begin reaching other people connected to the case, pulling them into the same dangerous web. This idea makes the stakes feel even larger because it suggests that the consequences of failure would end. By the end of the trailer, fans are left with a powerful sense of anticipation. Marshals Episode 2 promises to push the story into darker and more unpredictable territory, where every choice carries serious consequences. The connection between Cal and Case now stands at the center of the story, and their ability to trust each other may determine whether they succeed or fail. But one mystery still lingers above everything else. If the truth they are chasing is truly as dangerous as it appears, then revealing it could start a battle far bigger than either of them ever imagined. And when that battle finally begins, there may be no turning back. Just when it feels like the tension in Marshals Episode 2 cannot rise any higher, the final part of the trailer hints that the story is moving toward an even bigger and more explosive direction. The investigation that Cal and Case started is no longer just about uncovering hidden criminals. It has now become a dangerous race against time, where every second matters and every wrong step could lead directly into a trap. The deeper they go into the mystery, the more it feels like they are standing on the edge of something massive that has been building for years. At this stage, the trailer strongly suggests that the truth Cal and Case are chasing is connected to powerful people who have spent a long time protecting their secrets. These are not ordinary enemies who can easily be exposed or defeated. They are individuals with influence, resources, and the ability to control what others see and believe. That realization adds a new level of danger to the entire investigation. It means that Cal and Case are not just challenging criminals, they may be challenging an entire system built to protect those in power. Cal's determination becomes almost unstoppable as he begins to see how deep the corruption might go. For him, this mission has transformed into something personal. The closer he gets to the truth, the clearer it becomes that exposing it will require courage unlike anything he has shown before. There is a sense in the trailer that Cal understands the risks better than anyone, yet he refuses to turn away. His belief in justice and accountability pushes him forward even when the consequences could threaten everything he has worked for. Case, however, continues to approach the situation with the sharp awareness of someone who has survived countless dangerous situations before. He knows that powerful enemies rarely panic when their secrets are threatened. Instead, they become more strategic, more patient, and far more dangerous. Cass begins to realize that the enemy they are facing may already be planning their next move. This creates a chilling possibility that the investigation itself could be part of a larger plan designed to control the outcome. The trailer hints that Cal and Case may soon find themselves surrounded by uncertainty. Allies could become enemies, and people they once trusted might reveal hidden motives. This growing sense of unpredictability makes every decision feel heavier and more dangerous. The two men are forced to rely on each other more than ever before, because in a situation like this, trust becomes one of the most valuable weapons they have. Another powerful idea, suggested in the trailer, is that the battle ahead will not simply end with one victory. Even if Cal and Case manage to expose part of the truth, it could trigger a chain reaction of events that spreads far beyond their control. The secrets they uncover might shake the very foundations of the system they are trying to protect. That possibility makes the entire story feel larger and more complex, as if this episode is only the beginning of a much bigger conflict. As the trailer reaches its closing moments, the atmosphere becomes filled with suspense and anticipation. The partnership between Cal and Case now feels stronger than ever, built through shared danger and the growing realization. Arthi do so with precision and force. Casey understands that every move he and Cal make could already be under watch. This creates a chilling possibility that someone behind the scenes has been monitoring their investigation from the very beginning. If that is true, then it means the enemy might always be one step ahead. Despite this growing threat, the bond between Cal and Case continues to strengthen. What started as a cautious partnership is slowly turning into real trust. Both men recognize the strengths the other brings to the mission. Cal's relentless drive keeps the investigation moving forward, while Case's experience helps them avoid walking blindly into danger. Together, they form a balance that makes them stronger than they would ever be alone. But even with this growing trust, the challenges ahead may test their partnership in ways neither of them is fully prepared for. The trailer also hints that the truth they are chasing could trigger consequences far beyond their expectations. If the powerful figures behind the operation are exposed, the fallout could spread through multiple levels of authority and influence. This means that Cal and Case are not only risking their lives, they could also shake an entire system that has been carefully protected for years. Such a revelation could create chaos, forcing people on every side of the conflict to reveal their true intentions. Another layer of suspense comes from the growing suspicion that betrayal may already exist somewhere within their reach. The trailer subtly suggests that someone close to the investigation might not be completely loyal. If that suspicion turns out to be true, it could place Cal and Case in an even more dangerous position. Trust becomes fragile when secrets begin to surface, and in a world filled with hidden agendas, even the smallest doubt can create serious consequences. As the trailer reaches its final moments, the atmosphere becomes filled with anticipation. Everything about the